Hello everyone and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. This week we are looking into the Witcher Monster Slayer's new time tasks event, which is on Greater Gernichoras, which they are suggesting is a new monster, but that's not my opinion. I have seen this monster around on the map before, whether that's just by accident or not, and whether it's just in my area in England or not is a different question, but yeah, it's certainly new-ish. This is the first time it's been around en masse. So let's check out the time task tips for this week. Alright, as usual, we are going to start by reading the news. Ooh, like third time in a row I've got it right. First go, I'm not going into the wrong menu anymore. Greater Gernichora Week. Witcher, do you sense it? Greater Gernichoras are swarming throughout secluded wet areas, throwing their weight around like it's their territory. There's no time to lose. Sharpen your sword and get ready for a fight. I've prepared some new time tasks for you to take on, so get going. Where I looked for them this week, we'll just check it out first. So we're going to look at where to find it first. I just went to my general park where I saw any other relicts, but it does specifically say most easily found in wetlands such as swamps, as well in the vicinity of rivers and other bodies of water. Prefers to avoid human settlements and increased activity in fog. I've seen no fog, but these were around in the park. Not a huge number of them. There was quite a large area that I scoured today and I only found 2. But they are around. So if you do have any parks with lakes or rivers or anything running through them, then that would be even better. But you should still be able to find them in a big enough park. Alright, let's check out the timed tasks for this week. Kill 2 Greater Gernichoras. 2 is a reasonable number since they're a legendary. And it's arguable why it's 2, but it's nice to have a bit of variation in the numbers required, so you need to kill more than 2 to finish the event, but just in case Spockos wants to give you a bit of, leniency in case you don't finish the event, that task was worth 300 gold, so if you manage to find 2, there's still 300 gold for you, great. Kill 50 monsters from the Relict class, so I was out in the park for a while, I expected to get a few more relics than this, maybe it just requires a little bit more time, but out in the park you will get the relicts. Kill 25 monsters from the Elementor class while using elemental oil. Now, I used at least 3 elemental oils to get these 11, and that was over a sort of a long drive, being a passenger in a vehicle, over those 15 minutes that the elemental oil was active for. So this is probably the most difficult task this week, because you have to find a lot of monsters. They do seem to be spawning more than normal. I've seen quite a few fire elementals and just the regular elementals around on the map, but your most common form of these is going to be pixies, so just look out for the pixies. And again, if you're traveling on a bus or as a passenger in a car, that's probably the best time to try and get these all on one or as few elemental oils as possible. Craft 5 relic oils. We do have a quick example of that after. Kill 3 Greater Gernichoras after using a potion, oil, bomb, and a sign. So these next 3 tasks you can actually all do at once. So the actual number of Gernichoras or Greater Gernichoras that you need to find for this week is at minimum of 3, depending on how you do these tasks. If you do them the way I've shown you, you will only need to do 3 of them. Kill 2 legendary monsters from the Relict class without performing any melee attacks. Kill a Greater Gernichora after performing at least 3 perfect parries. So, let's check out some of my pre-recorded footage for this. Alright, so this one really surprised me. I'll get to that in a minute. I just want to run through the potions and things that we are using. So we are using a Petri's filter, a Wolverine potion. We are using Swift, Swallow, I don't think we're using a Thunderbolt. No, why would we use a Thunderbolt? We're not doing any melee attacks. We're using a Relict Oil, and also we are using the Armor of the Nameless, as well as a Manticore Steel Sword. Right, so that's what we're using. So using those... oh, and I think we also have a Tawny Owl Potion on just for that cooldown reduction. But, yeah, so we are sort of focused on using just parries. So we needed to make 3 perfect parries, so I'm focused on doing the parries before I finish it off, which is why you can see me only just using the bomb now, because I don't want to waste the bomb if it's an encounter that I'm not going to finish. So we focused on casting signs to get its health down, doing our perfect parries whenever possible, and then at the end we used the bomb after the Wolverine kicked in, after we'd lost half our health, to finish off the monster. So that's potion, oil, bomb, and sign. And that was all done. So now, because we did that just with signs and bombs, we also completed 1 proc of the kill a legendary relic without using any melee attacks, and we also, well, yeah, and we did it with no melee attacks. And we also did the 3 perfect parries. Now, technically, you don't have to do 3 perfect parries again, so the next one I didn't worry so much about that. It was more about making sure I parried, and casting those signs, and then getting that bomb off right at the end. So I think here I'm just showing you what you need to do, or the ingredients required for a Relict Oil, which is powdered monster tissue, elemental remains, which is why there is that task this week, and it also the bear fat, and I'm just showing you where to get that in the shop at the moment. So you do have to buy the bear fat, which is right there. And then you just craft that in one of your crafting stations. So that is the reason why they are sort of suggesting and making us go and look for elementals and elemental remains this week. I've got one more example for you, which is not really needed because of me showing you the last one, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this here is what I did for my last Greater Gernichora, where all I needed to do was a potion, oil, bomb, and sign. So I think I've still got just the tiniest little bit of Relict Oil left, like literally less than a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to very quickly just put on a Swift Potion and a Swallow Potion. We're going to make sure that we've got the right bomb selected. So we've got the fire type bomb, or the fire and kinetic type bomb, because the Gernichora is weak to fire. Unfortunately, they didn't give us any of those bombs as rewards this week, so we're going to be using bombs that we're not getting back as rewards. But yeah, anyway, because we've already done the task that required us to not use melee attacks, for this third one we can use melee attacks, and that just makes the whole encounter much easier. As you can see, we used a lot less potions this time, because we don't need quite as much survivability, we don't need the boost to our sign damage, and now that we are... I did that a little bit wrong. I should have waited until it hit me once more. So I was going to say so the Wolverine kicked in, but I'm not using Wolverine potion, so I didn't do that wrong at all. Yeah, if you had a Wolverine on, it would be more optimum to throw the bomb just after you'd gone below half health, but because we didn't, we just used the bomb at any point, and then we finished it off with the signs and the melee, and yeah, potion, oil, bomb, and sign, all done. So they are the 3, inverted commas, hard tasks for this week, which were not that hard because you didn't have to find too many Greater Gernichoras, and it was more about the skill of being able to beat the monster and knowing what you need to do to beat that monster. Right potion use, and there's no reason that you couldn't just do it over like 5 or 7 Greater Gernichoras. There's no need to do one without... well, you need to do 2 without melee, but they don't have to be the same that you're doing potion, oil, bomb, and sign with, although it makes sense, because if you're going to be using a bomb anyway, which gets rid of pretty much half of its health, you may as well do that on something where you're not going to be using melee. So I always like to combine tasks, again, for efficiency, because that's what we're all about at Efficient Gaming, but you can do it however you want. This is just my example of how I would complete the tasks. So yeah, I've still got quite a few relicts and elementals to hunt with elemental oil, but otherwise we are pretty much done for the week. I hope that helps you guys out this week, and we will catch you again soon. See ya.